Hello, this is an astrology forecast for Leo for February of 2014. So Leos, the first thing to tell you is that Mercury, the planet of communications, goes retrograde from the 7th of February until the end of the month. So I would suggest that during those 3 weeks that you try not to schedule very important interviews or meetings, and that you try not to sign contracts, and that you also try to get your computer backed up before the retrograde. Because very often during retrograde there are misunderstandings that can happen, and that they have to be redone. Things that have been done have to be redone, sometimes twice, even 3 times. So this Mercury, for the first week of the month, when Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces, is in your 8th house here, joining Neptune. Sorry, the second week of the month, from the 7th to the 14th, the first week of the retrograde. So this is an important week for you, Leo, to reevaluate anything connected with finances, to reevaluate how you're spending money, to reevaluate what your priorities are financially, to reevaluate what you're doing to save money, whether it's a pension. Is it safe if you're putting it into a pension? Have you really assessed everything connected to your finances? It's a wonderful time for researching as deeply as you can, because you'll get some good information during the retrograde. Now, for the last two weeks of the month, Mercury retrogrades into Aquarius, here into your 7th house of relationships, Leo. So this is a good time to reflect on your one-to-one relationships, and that can be business as well as personal relationships. Time to maybe have a discussion with somebody, really talk through something, not get too emotional about it, but really talk through things slowly, listening to the other person. The advantage with Mercury retrograde is it's a wonderful time for the slowing down of the mental energies. So we can sometimes listen to another person more easily, especially if they want to tell us something that might be a little confrontational or a little bit emotional. We might be able to listen to it more easily during the retrograde. But it's certainly an important time for the last 2 weeks of the month, Leos, to really reflect on your relationships, what you're wanting, whether your needs are being met emotionally, and what changes you want to make in those relationships during this time. Now, on the 14th of February, on Valentine's Day, Leos, it's a full moon in your sign. What could be more exciting than to have the full moon in the sign of Leo? It only happens once a year that it comes round to your sign. So this is a wonderful time. It's shining a light in your 1st house. So Leos, get in touch with that creative spirit if you're not doing it. For those of you in the entertainment industry, this should be a wonderful time. But it's romance. Leos, you're about romance. You're about coming from the heart energy. Leo rules the heart. Where can you come more from the heart in your life? As it's in your 1st house, what can you do to make your appearance more exciting, different, that you're going to be noticed more? Leo is about being noticed. I know there are some of you who don't want to be noticed so much, but it's about you noticing you, bringing out that spark in you. You're a fire sign, Leo. Bring out that heart energy, that love energy that pours out of you. Bring it out, focus on bringing it out, and that full moon will help you to do that. And make sure you're doing things that are fun, that are enjoyable at the time of this full moon. We've got Venus going direct this month, direct in the house of work, so maybe there's some good news as far as work's concerned. If maybe some of you have been looking for work, there could be somebody helping you, or just a helping hand there in the work area. And we've still got Mars, of course, in this 3rd house, which is all about pushing forward with learning new things, with networking, with meeting new people. Keep going with that, Leo. Don't give up on it, because you can meet some really exciting, new and interesting people during this time. The other important news is that for the last 2 weeks of this month, we have an exact square of Uranus and Jupiter. So Jupiter and Uranus, when they square, Jupiter tends to want to go over the top with things. So you may in fact get some information, some secret information may be revealed to you. Be careful that you're not talking about it. You may want to suddenly talk about it or discuss it, but something can be revealed to you that you've been looking for or wanting. But make sure that you're not in too much of a hurry to put it out there. It may be time just to reflect on it. And as well, there could be somebody from overseas suddenly coming into your life. Suddenly, a connection could be connected with business, could be love, certainly could be love with the trine from the Uranus to this full moon coming up. There could be a foreigner coming into your life, somebody from overseas that really brings some new excitement. But make sure you're not dropping other people just for this new excitement. There needs to be balance with this energy of the Jupiter and Uranus. And of course, yes, we've got this Grand Cross still at play for you. You need to be taking care of your health, making sure that you're not overdoing it, Leos. But overall, with that full moon in your sign, this should be a very exciting month for you. So, as they say in Greece, it would be see you later. Tataboumene arotera. I'm not quite sure if it's quite right, but I'm sure you Greek listeners will let me know. I hope you will. And thank you for listening. Bye for now.